Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So last month we heard that Denmark were going to be the first country to exclude the Johnson & Johnson vaccination. But now it seems like Finland are following suit as they're going to also exclude Johnson & Johnson's from its COVID-19 inoculation program due to the risk of blood clots. So it's actually just over a month to the day that the FDA in America suspended the use of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine out of abundance of caution. And this was the side effects and blood clots that were being, acted upon for people between the ages of 18 and 48, which was quite shocking. So the benefits of Johnson & Johnson was to the other competitors such as Pfizer and Moderna was that it didn't need to be stored in sub-zero temperatures, and also it only needed one shot inoculation. So, this single required shot makes the administration and distribution easier for communities that don't have access to full healthcare, and also, for people that don't have time to keep going and coming from the hospital or whatever clinic they're actually having the vaccination. However, it doesn't seem to be the case anymore, as recently the European Medicines Agency, the EMA, have said that the Pfizer vaccination does no longer need to be stored in sub-zero temperatures and can actually be stored at fridge temperature, which is quite an advantage for the company. So the need for transport and storage at very low temperatures has been one of the main disadvantages for Pfizer, and the rollout across most of the globe as well, because obviously transportation with sub-zero temperatures, it can get very tricky. So the previous storage requirements for Pfizer vaccines have made them really difficult to use in some parts of the world, but the increased flexibility is expected to have a significant impact in the rollout, not only in the European Union, but across the globe as well. So we'll see how that is going to impact on prices in the near term once the rollout really starts happening. So just want to take a look at Johnson & Johnson first of all today. So, what we were looking at previously, I noted that this false spike here, roughly about the 173 region, was what we're aiming for at the moment. I put a buy position in. It's still actually running at the moment because I put it at a time when we just pierced the top border of the Ichimoku cloud and it was going to the upside. We got a slight divergence on excuse me, on the RSI previously, but if I bring it down to a 4-hour chart, we can see a little bit more of what's happening and really sink our teeth into the opportunities going forward. This is near term with the 4-hour chart, by the way. So as I said, bias is firmly on the upside. We're trading very far away from the top border of the Ichimoku cloud, and now I'm just waiting to see if there's a bit of consolidation at the moment, but prices I expect to keep pushing to test this previous local high. As I said, we're looking at divergences on the RSI in the near term to give us a little bit more clues. So I'm just waiting for them to transpire to really see if I'm going to close my position or start putting a sell position or even keeping it open to the upside. So just something to look out for on Johnson & Johnson. Pfizer as well, just bring it down out to the daily first of all. I noticed this previous bearish divergence but on the RSI, but this looked like it was a bit of a false break. So I'm not expecting another test at this zone at the moment. We're consolidating nicely. So I'm now looking at this convergence line for the Ichimoku indicator. It's running to the downside. So I'm expecting prices to start waning shortly. And, a sell position will be going in there roughly to the baseline of the indicator, roughly just below the $40 mark. As Pfizer seems to be running a little bit out of steam at the moment. I'm not expecting another test at this previous high at the $43 mark at the moment. We're going for a bit of a V-shaped recovery, but as I said, currently in the near term, I'm just looking to see prices start waning again. And as I said, we've got this bearish divergence, a bit of a, you could probably act on it as a false break. And we're looking for prices to start moving lower now. Once they have engulfment or top border of the Ichimoku cloud, then sell position roughly to the just below the $40 region, which is something that I'll be carefully considering going into the back end of the week. We've got the FOMC minutes coming up as well, so we'll just wait and see what the general concern is in America, especially obviously being one of the biggest nations in the world. That we get a lot of feedback out of the American market. Europe, with the rollout at the moment, is looking very, very good. We've got this Indian variant though that's actually hitting the UK as well, which could slow down the economy a little bit. And if that spreads into the Eurozone, then that could be very detrimental. So just keep an eye on the headlines for any extra headlines for the COVID-19 vaccination, and also the pandemic, if it's actually getting a little bit better. As I said, the Indian variant is actually starting to sweep a little bit across Europe. So this will be a very, very positive headline if you're a buyer and seller in the market. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.